God. That is not a bug. And I just got to give a shout out to the set development team. I mean, it started off with me, and J.R. Dupree and Joey Furr have become on the development team, as well as Thomas Worth. And so we actually have a development team working on set quite a bit. And poor Joey, man, I'll go through and I just stream through code and I do a bunch of stuff, and then he goes through and fixes it. So I gotta thank him for all of my good coding techniques that he doesn't like. And so with the Social-Engineer Toolkit, one of the coolest options that I think is really cool is we'll go ahead and we'll do the website attack vector, and then we'll do the Java applet attack again. We'll go ahead and clone a site, just like normal, like we did last time. And a new option now is option 13, which is shellcode exec alphanumeric shellcode dropper via the Java applet. And why that's important is I rewrote the Java applet to now drop a interpreter stage that shoots directly into memory through alphanumeric shellcode and never touches disk. So we no longer have to worry about antivirus anymore. And so the options you have a reverse interpreter, reverse TCP, you have reflective injection, a reverse HTTPS stager, and you also have the standard reverse HTTP stager as well. So you can use either one of those. All of them work now. And so it's going to go ahead and generate it for us. We're not going to create another payload to target. And by the way, the Java applet targets Linux, OS X, and Windows, so no one's safe. Love you guys in the Macs. Just kidding. I know, I love Macs. So we go ahead and do the Java applet thing again. It loads Gmail. We already know this routine. We don't want to hit cancel because it jacks us up. We hit run. Redirects back, and now we got an interpreter shell. AV, no need to worry about AV. So that's one of the features. One of the ones that I did a long time ago was the MS SQL Brooder, which is one of my favorites. And so, obviously when you install SQL, you have the capability of having a SA password if you use mixed mode or just SQL authentication. And one of FastTrack's flagship attacks was this type of attack where you actually go after an actual SQL server. And so this supports CIDR notations, this also supports single IPs, but I guarantee if you're going through a large customer, you will always find a blank SA password. So just scan, look for it. So what set's going to do is look for 1433. We're going to use a default built-in word list. We're going to use SA, and it found a port open, and it automatically brute forced it. I spent a lot of time on tuning performance around multi-threading, around brute forcing, was able to get that through. And you can see on number 1, we have 192.168.235.131 with username SA, password 123. We drop into that, and we can either leverage Windows PowerShell or use a Windows debug conversion, which will basically take our binary out. And it looks really cool, too. I'm going to show you. I love this stuff. And so it's going to go ahead and do interpreter. It's going to encode it, do all that stuff. And now it's going to deploy our initial stager, which is all going through MS SQL at this point in time. And so this is hexadecimal representation of SQL, or of our initial stager payload. And why this is important is with Windows debug, you have a 64K restriction. An interpreter shell is going to be a lot larger than that. And so what we did, actually Scott White wrote this a while ago, is it will actually take a stager payload that essentially just reads in raw hex and writes out binary. And so we can essentially bypass the 64-bit, 64K restriction on Windows. And so now it'll go ahead and trigger the payload. And now we got an interpreter shell. This is just one of the many features in the new version of the Social-Engineer Toolkit that will be released today. Again, I'm not releasing the Oracle, the Java code signing one as of yet. It is definitely there. It's ready to go. I just want to make sure that I'm doing everything legally when I do it.